Good afternoon, everybody. It's Jason K from UKB Solutions and Plum Social here today. We are going to teach you a little bit more about what we do here. As you can see, I've already started screen sharing, so you can actually see who I am. I'm Jason K. I've been with UKB Solutions and Plum Social for quite some time now. And if you want to go to questions, if there's anything you want to ask me throughout the process of all this, I'm more than happy to take questions throughout this process. @_Jason K is my Twitter handle. Get on there, ask me some questions, and I'll come back to it as much as I possibly can. It will flag up on my trusty mobile, which is right next to me. Hopefully today we won't have any tech issues like last week. So we'll get ourselves started and do some get on underway. If you have not already signed up for your Plum Social account, get yourself to cp.plumsocial.co.uk/sign-up. It's free to sign up. It's a great tool. You're going to learn about it today. I'm going to teach you how to use the control panel itself. So get yourself signed up. It's very quick and easy. As you see there, it's three things it'll ask you, and it'll log you straight in, which is great. So, Plum Social today. Obviously, I've already signed up, as you can imagine. I'd be quite worried if I didn't. Once you log in for the first time, it won't do it on mine, but with yours, it will flag up and ask you to connect one of your accounts. It'll ask you to connect your Twitter, your Facebook, or your LinkedIn. Either one is easy enough just to get you started. Myself, I will always say, get your Twitter on there first. Always good to try it out with Twitter, as you'll get a bit more practice with doing a little bit less characters, and that's what we're going to talk about a bit more about today is linking up the Twitter. If you can just see this screen and you want to link up a social account, it's very simple. It'll come up like this, add your Twitter, and it'll authorize the app. Now, if you're already logged into another account which you do not want to link to your control panel, you need to sign out our Twitter first. So you have to obviously come out there, cancel, return to the social media server. Ooh, tech issue already, wow. And it'll bring you back to here. Sign out of your Twitter account, sign into the one you want to be signed in with, add social account on there, authorize the app, and say voila. Very easy to link up your social media account, which is the Twitter. Now this is your homepage. This is what you'll see when you first log in. It will always ask you for some questions. We want to know a little bit more about you. So it'll ask for your website, your name, who you are, your company, just so, not just us, it personalizes your account a little bit more. Gives you a bit more personality to what you're going to be doing. So you add in there, what's your website? So ours is easy, it's plumsocial.co.uk. Now there is quite a few answers in there, so you don't have to do them all straight away. You can come back to it anytime you want, not an issue at all. Also on the front screen, you'll also get an overview of some of your stats, so your clicks to date, how much content you created up to the point, and your most successful content, just so that you can have a brief overview if you're in a bit of a rush. It's always nice to see. You see from the top bar here for where my mouse is going, this is everything you're going to need to deal with your social media effectively. So you've got your home, your scheduler, your visual composer, your streams, your stats, your content research. We'll go through everything today just so that we can get down to the nitty gritty. So I would say take some notes. If not, this is being recorded, so you can come back to it. We will send the link out so you can come back to it anytime. So first of all, we'll start with your scheduler. As you'll see, here will house all your week, your 2 weeks, however often you're going to be doing it and how far in advance you're going to be doing it. This will all house all your social media posts that you're going to be writing. We'll see, for training purposes, I'm not putting anything just in yet. We're going to go through that. On the right-hand side, once you do get a lot of content on there like we do, sometimes we'll have 3 or 4 social media accounts. We want to be able to take away from Twitter what's going on Facebook. We want to be able to see what's going out when and where. So you can filter it down so you can see what's happening a bit more easily. But for now, we'll start with create a new message. Probably one of the most simplest scheduling platforms you'll see. As you can see, we made things nice and easy for you. We want to be able to give you some ease of use so that you can spend more time doing other aspects of your business and less time having to constantly navigate around our system. So before you even start, you want to be able to say you want to post it to Twitter. That's all I've got connected up. You can link everything else later on. As you can see from the bottom here, it will automatically give you your 140 characters that you can only have in Twitter. So a little bit of a Twitter tip, if you are going to be using Twitter, be a bit more direct of what you want to do, what you want to say. Try not to put any abbreviations of words. So if you put in you, put Y-O-U, don't put the letter U. It's very unprofessional. We want to see that. So think about what you're writing, plan ahead, and then you won't have these problems. So composing a text nice and easily. We are on today with hashtag Plum social webinar. If I can spell today, wow. Come and join us. There we go. And as you can see from the bottom there, it's taking out the characters as we go along. Another Twitter tip there, your hashtags. These are the way people are going to be able to search for you. These are the way people are going to be sorting. And it's the way Google picks up on your tweets as well. If you're using hashtags and use them a lot, Google now picks up on hashtags. So do use them as much as you can. But only use 3 or 4 per post. You don't want to over hashtag. So if I start putting hashtag we, hashtag R, it's going to start being a bit unreadable and people are just going to get annoyed with it. So as you can see there, I've written my post. We're on today with our Plum Social webinar. Come and join us. I wanted to go out today. Obviously, 12 o'clock had already gone. So if you just click on the 24th, it will put it to the next available time that it can post. And we always do it in multiples of 5. So 12:15, 12:20, 12:25, just so you can be a bit more direct of when you want to post it. So I want to put it out as soon as possible. The next available time, 12:15 on the 24th. Add to schedule. And it's in there. Ready to go out. And I'll show you when it posts. It will go out nice and easily. It's nice and simple. Now, when we're doing another post, I spoke about the characters have already been on there with 140. But the fantastic thing about our Plum social system is when you put in things like URLs and pictures, it will automatically take out the number of characters for there. So if I put in www.plumsocial.co.uk, automatically it's taken out the number of the correct number for it. In this case, it is 24. 24 will always be it. So I can now put /sign up. I can change it to. I can put as many characters in as I want now, and it will always be 23, not 24. 23. It'll automatically do it for you. It's a fantastic thing Twitter did, so that if you have long URLs, you're never going to be stung when it comes to posting. So they'll always be 23. So I'll leave that in there. Hashtag Plum Social. I will post that, say, for tomorrow at 2 o'clock. That's the schedule. So as you can see, we're already starting to create good content. Now, the one thing that we do is we put tracking tags onto URLs. So if you put www. your URL on there and you don't put http:// it will pop up with this so that it tells you need to put that in so that we can shorten it to what's called a woo.to tag so we can track how many clicks are going to your website. So that you can see that in the stats page of this, and which we'll come back to later. So I need to come out of there, go onto there, just stick in HTTP, and that's all done there. And now I can add that to schedule, and that'll now shorten that, as you can see there, to woo.to, so we can track it. Just like some of you will use things like bit.ly, another shortening tags. This is our own. This is the one we like to use, and it works quite well. So already we're starting to make some content. We're starting to get onto our scheduler, which is a fantastic thing. So far, all we've done is words and URLs. Now we want to add some visuals into what we do. Visuals are a fantastic way to promote your business and to kind of break up with what you're putting. This is why, as you can see from here, we've got our visual composer. We'll come out of it first. Once you click on there, it will take you into your composer here. Voila. Here you can upload all your pictures, all your imagery, anything that you want to be posting on Twitter, on Facebook. As you can see, you only get 5 uploads a month. Obviously, I've used 2 already from a previous session, but you only get 5 uploads a month with your pictures. So be very mindful of what you're using, and if you are going to use the same one, make sure it's a good one that you're going to use. However, from here, you click on there, click on the use image, it'll pop it into here. Now, you can just attach the image straight away, straight to a post by clicking attach image. And it'll put it onto a post, it'll bring you into the scheduler, take out the 22 characters it takes, and you can carry on with what you're writing. However, if you wish to be a bit more creative with what you're doing, we have given you 7 templates. No, 7 templates. No, 6 templates. I was right the first time. 6 templates that you can use just to change up what you're doing a little bit. So I can pop that one in there. Pop the template over the top of it. As you can see, the picture's a little bit too big. So we need to edit it a little bit. So on here, we can move it around. We can size it up. Stick it in the background there. Confirm the changes. Make sure you do that. You don't want to be putting any pictures that are too big in there. It causes problems and people won't really relate to it. And you just want to be looking a bit more professional. So once you resize the image, made it look good, put it in the right place. You can change the name. You can change all this. Plum Social. You can put the all new. We can change the size so that the font's a bit lower, so we can add more text. You can do a lot on there. You can change here, put in a URL. You can really make it look good, and you can really do some great imagery from here. Obviously, on the free account, you only get 6. However, we have got up to 42 templates if you do go pro. And as you can see, they are fantastic little templates, so that you're always changing. You've always got something new, and you're always engaging your customers, and they can see that you're very dynamic in what you're doing. So from there, you've created the image, you've created what you want to do, and you want to attach it. Straight away, it puts it in there, as you can see. Now from there, as you can see there, it's already taken out the 24 characters it takes for a picture. 24 characters for a picture. So if you've got the 24 characters for a picture, you've got the 24 characters for a URL. Apologies, 24 characters for a URL. That's 48 characters already out. So try not to use URLs and pictures in the same post. It just means that you've got less to write about, and you really don't want that. Sometimes when you create an image like this that we've done, all you really need to really put is some hashtags. You've written what you want to write on there. So really just some hashtags. So hashtag social scheduling. And when you're doing your hashtags, make sure they are about what you're talking about or your industry. You don't want to be putting any other hashtags. It just means that you get people following you and finding you that you really don't need. You want to be putting things like us, we're a social media company, social scheduling, social media, Plum Social. That's the sort of hashtags we realistically need to use. So with that, social scheduling, social media, and again, only use 2 or 3. Pop it in. I'll do that one for a morning. That'll do. And add that to the schedule. Nice and easy. So as you can see, the system is fantastically easy to use just to get your posted content out there. Sometimes it's a lot more easier to get it planned out. When you're scheduling, it's always about planning. Poor planning means you start making mistakes. If you're doing things on the day, off the cusp, you're just opening yourself up some problems, and you may make mistakes. And once it's out on Twitter, it's out there. There's no going back. People have seen it. So really, do think about what you're doing and do plan ahead. Once it's all planned, you can actually put it all into there. It takes you about, if you've already planned ahead and you've got it ready, it takes you about 15-20 minutes, and you can do a week's worth of content, leaving you to be doing the most important thing, which is engaging with your customers, talking with them through Twitter. If someone starts replying, you've got time to reply to them because you've already posted content. You don't need to be doing anything else. So always plan ahead. Always get about a week's worth of content is always good. 2 weeks is even better. And then if you do have things like you have deals coming up, or you have things like this, things that are coming up soon, like exhibitions, then you can still use the scheduler, but you can have them on the day. You can do them on the day. It's a fantastic way to do that. So that's the scheduler. That's the visual composer. When you log in, do play around with them. Have some fun. It's all about social media is social. Have some fun with it. Create some great imagery. Definitely post about it. And if you create a good imagery, let us know about what images you've created through our visual composer. Hashtag Plum Social, and we'll always pick that up and we'll retweet you. If you create something really, really good and we think, wow, that is fantastic, and they used our control panel, we're more than happy to retweet that. So do have some fun, do post, and always remember, not too many hashtags. Try not to use URL and images at the same time, and always put HTTP : / when you do a URL so you can shorten it and we can track it for you. Now, you've done a week's worth of content. I've done 3 days. You've done a week's worth. You see some of the content you want to do, but you want to edit something. We make it easy. You click on the pencil. You can edit it. You can change it. You can change the day. You basically just takes you back into it. You can redo. You can save it. It puts it back into it. Nice and easy again. If you want to get rid of it, you just click on delete. It asks you delete from the following schedules because sometimes you'll have them on the same one. Delete, and it's gone. So nice and easy. Oh, cancel. Press the buttons again. Now, once you've made a whole week's worth of content, and you want to be able to, and you want to go to your marketing director or your MD, or you want to be showing everybody else what you're doing or things like that, we do give you an export global schedule, so you can take it off into what's called a CSV file. You can download it. You can take it into a meeting so everybody else can see. It makes life a lot easier for you there. We'll come back. So that's Scheduler, Home, Visual Composer. Again, as I say, if you've got any questions in the meantime, do give us a shout, and I'll more than happily answer them while we're going along. At _JasonK or at _Plum Social, either one to come and talk to us, and I will answer them at the end if I'm still talking, or at the end of what I'm talking about if not. So we'll come back to streams and stats, as those are quite important things, but something I would like to talk about later on. Content research. Fantastic way to, if you get a bit of writer's block. Now, I can talk for England, as you can probably aware, and some of you I know are on this webinar who know me personally, knows I can talk for England. However, when it comes to writing posts, and I'm constantly talking on social media, sometimes I do get a bit of writer's block that I really need to think about. We've made it easy for you. We're giving you the chance to go looking for content. So Google News, Facebook, YouTube, RSS feeds, and what's trending. So Google News, if you're wanting to find a great article about something you want to talk about within your industry, remember, everything you write needs to be specific to your industry. There's no point going off waffling about something else. You just open yourself out for people getting bored and not knowing what you're all about. So if you want to find an article in your industry that you want to find an article about, talk about, and get some really good engagement with, we put Google News in there. So you put in there, say social scheduling. It'll trawl through Google News for you, and as you can see, there's all from the world of social scheduling. Find yourself, you can go into it and find, and it will bring you out to that news article. Always read it first. Don't just post something without reading it. If you find an article you like the look of, don't just post about it. Because if someone asks you a question and asks your opinion on something like that, and you've not read it, you're in kind of a little bit of trouble there. So definitely read it first. Find something you want to do. So 4 automation tools for your Twitter marketing. Hopefully one day we'll be on here, which I'm sure we will be. I like the look of that. So I can post on that. So I'll come out of there, go back into my control panel. You click on the little calendar here. What that means is it'll bring up this. It'll already do the link for you. It'll ask you which one you're supposed to. So to Twitter, it'll put the header in there, so the headline, and it'll tell you how many characters you've got left. So if you want to add something to there, we like this article. Your thoughts. It's a little bit long, but so you get the idea. So we can take that out, but you can add something into there if you've got enough characters, and you can really start some good engagement. So if you just want to leave it to the way it is, you can do. After that, you choose your day. So I want to go back to Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Schedule this, and it'll pop it into your scheduler. But at the same time, I'll tell you you've already scheduled that one, so you don't do it twice. Or if you've got more than one person talking about it, or more than one person using the control panel, you don't want them posting the same thing. So on there, you can also do the thing with, so you can do the same thing with Facebook. So if you've got a Facebook account attached, I haven't got one, so I can't show you just now how to do it. But you can search through certain keywords. It will go through Facebook and find you posts relating to what you want to talk about. It's a good way of you saying, someone's talked about this, We find it's a good idea. What's your thoughts? Really find the engagement on there. It's really, really good to go through Facebook and find out what other pages are talking about. Same with YouTube. You can find some fantastic YouTube videos. Using videos as part of your marketing plan is a great way of showing people what you do, especially if you've got your own YouTube channel like ourselves. So if I put in there Plum Social, and search for YouTube, and it'll come up with all the Plum Social account for YouTube, and it'll tell you exactly how to use it. So there, overview of Plum Social. Basically, it's our YouTube channel where we've actually put a few things on there. You can view it in the scheduler so you can get an idea of what it looks like. If you like it, that's great, especially if you've got your own, you schedule it.
Plum Social, your essential tool to manage all your social media platforms.
There you go. Something new that we started to do. So once it's on there, you post it to Twitter. It'll take out how many it's going to do for a URL. Overview of Plum Social. Come and have a look. Don't forget to use hashtags. I'll schedule that for today. I want that to go out straight away because I quite like that article. I quite like that what we've done. So schedule that straight away. It'll be out in roughly 3 minutes time. So yeah, YouTube, fantastic thing to do. RSS feeds. If you know the URL, sometimes these can be a bit tricky. It's good if you've got your own blogs and your blogs have got an RSS feed. You can plug that straight into here as long as you use the correct URL. Ask your web developer, or if you've done it yourself, you'll know it. Put it in here, and you can actually have your blogs on there, so you can post your blogs easier. Just makes things a little bit easier for you as well. And then trending, you can just basically choose trending content. What's going well in the world of Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and you can just find, if you do want to go a little bit away from what your industry is, or just to break it up a little bit, you can use the trending content, and you can put it down. You can break it down into different industries, different things, and quite a useful tool. So that's the content research. Now, there's on the free account, you only get 10 searches a month. So you have to be more direct, and you can't save the search either. On the pro account, we'll talk about the pro account later on. You can have as many searches as you want, and you can start saving your searches. So once you start doing that, you click on Save Search, and it will save it for you, and it will update it in real time, so that you just have to go into your content research, and it's there waiting for you. Same with YouTube, Facebook, and everything else. So yeah, so that's your content research. That's everything you're going to need to know about that. Again, if you've got any questions, do come find me on Twitter, and I can more than happily walk you through a few more of these. The next one we'll go through is your streams. Sometimes I myself am not a big fan of constantly logging into Twitter. Some people like the ease of use where they can do everything from one place. So we have allowed you to look at your Twitter and your Facebook on the control panel as well. So me, I've got my Twitter linked up. I can have my home feed on there. So your home feed is basically what you will see with all the people that you follow. Your mentions, self-explanatory. Those who mention you, it's basically your notifications. So you add that to your streams. And you can do the same with Facebook as well. And it'll pop them up here. So as you can see, there's the home feed. These are all the people that I follow and I look at and I keep an eye on. And my mentions, as you can see there, people who constantly want to talk to me, and I will always reply to them. So we've got there Escapes TD. They came on last week's. We had a bit of a tech issue, but they liked the idea. They liked the Plum Social, and they signed up straight from this webinar, which was fantastic. And they tweeted about it. And from here, we can like it, you can retweet it, you can reply to it. So when you reply, you can do what you do on Twitter from this control panel. Just another way to make your life a lot easier. The only thing we can't see is your direct messages. 9 times out of 10, though, you will get them as an email, so you can deal with that if you wish. But social media is social. You want to be everybody to see what you're writing and what you're talking about. The more you're talking to other people, the more people see conversations, the more people are going to see you. So try and keep everything out there. If there is things you need to be direct message, always do that through email. It's a lot easier to handle that way. So from here, I also got mentioned on somebody's pay-to-play.ly, which was fantastic. Something I've not done just yet, so I've done this purposely so that you can do the mention. You can like it from, as I say, you can like it from here. I can retweet it because it does plug me a little bit. You can do absolutely everything. Same with your home feed. You can do everything from here. You can scroll down. You can see what people are writing. You can like things. Gallery nightclub, even though I don't live in the area and I've actually never been. Angel Champagne. You can really do what you do on Twitter from here. So do use this. Do get your accounts on there, and it just makes sure that you are above. You're on the game, basically. You're on the ball. On the free account, you can only have 2 of your streams linked up. So you can only have your 2 Twitter or your Twitter and a Facebook. You can't have a lot on there. On the pro account, you can have as many streams as I think it's actually no, so not as many streams. I think you can only have 5 on there at the moment. There may be scope to have more later on. So again, if you've got any questions about that, plug me on Twitter. Right, the last and the final thing we're going to talk about today is your stats. Everybody loves stats, and we talked about in the scheduler about shortening the tag to Woo.2 tags. Those are how we track your statistics. Those are the way that we're going to be able to show you what times of day have been best for yours, what content was best for yours, what's best time, what hashtags are doing the best for you. This is just our way of being able to show you. Now, on the free account, you only get an overview. There's a purpose. I have got a pro account on another system. I'm only showing you the free account because this is what you're going to be using to begin with. So on the overview, this will show you your traffic in the last 7 days. You can't see anything yet because it's a test account. However, you will see a graph and you'll see which days you've had the most clicks, what days, how many clicks you've had, where the clicks have come from. So it's Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. It's just it's a great overview. Further down, you will see things like the best time of day, what the best content is, which hashtags have done the best. You will have 4 other boxes there. So just remember when you're doing your content and you're doing a URL in the content, do put http:// just so we can track it. So because you want to be seeing it working, you want the visual working of your social media, and you only get that if you do it that way. On the right hand side here, as you can see, we have filtered it down for you, so you can see the last 24 hours, last 7 days, last 30 days, kind of the general consensus of what people like to see. However, if you want to compare the beginning of October to the beginning of November, you can put in your specific dates. So there to date, filter the stats, and it'll filter it. As you can see, on the free account, you can only have the overview. If you come onto the pro, you'll be able to get your global reach, bit more in depth onto your content, so you get your top 5 posts and number of clicks. Again, with the hashtags, you'll get your top 5 hashtags and the best times of day. It will give you a lovely graph just so that you can be a little bit more proactive, a little bit more effective, and definitely more efficient on your social media. As you can see. And we will split it down for your Facebook, your Twitter, and your LinkedIn. Just because obviously Twitter and Facebook, they all work in their different ways. And this is actually best time by platform. The bottom here, this is actually quite the general view of everything. So Twitter is really good. It's more of a daily thing. Twitter, you will get a lot of traffic during the day. Facebook, lunch times, after work, before work, that's your own days. LinkedIn, 9 a.m. in the morning. The first time I check my LinkedIn, and I generally don't check it unless I get an email. That's just me. That's because I'm always on Twitter. So yeah, so that's everything from our Plum social account. That's just a basic view of everything. We do have a lot more that we're going to be talking about. I will be doing webinars every single Tuesday, not just about Plum Social. Next week we're going to have a little chat about Twitter. We're going to talk about how to use it effectively. We're going to talk about how to create a page, how to make it sure it looks professional, making sure that your Twitter page is where you need it to be the most effective. That's going to be next week. It's all part of what we used to have as our Kane Twitter Academy. We're going to start bringing that back, but we're going to add to it. We're going to talk about LinkedIn. We're going to talk about Facebook marketing. We're going to talk about advertising. We're really going to start doing a lot more webinars every single week. I want to be able to show you guys how to get the most out of your social media, and I want to get the most out of your business. So keep an eye out for your emails. Shoot me an email if you want me to keep you on our email platform so that we can actually give you the times and the days, and we can send you the links for that. If you do have any questions that I'm not going to be able to answer, or you don't want to be asking me, when you log in and you click on the little question mark there, it will bring up some helpful tips, and it'll tell you how to go through it, just so that in case you haven't got the time to be talking to me, as not everybody does, and I do get a lot of people asking me questions, so sometimes it may take a little while to get round to you all. You can just log in, click on the question mark, and it'll take you through everything. It's the same on every single page, as you can see there. There you go. So again, if you've not signed up yet, the URL is cp.plumsocial.co.uk/signup. Get yourself signed up, get yourself logged in, have a play around, question me about it. If you like what you see, as I say, if you make some fantastic imagery using our system, definitely tweet about it, and we'll be able to retweet you to our many followers, not just on my account. We've got Plum Social, we've got UKV Solutions, we've got Jason K, we've got the other director, we've got Martin Button, and we'll be more than happy to retweet you and show you the great work that you do. As you can see, plumsocial.co. Do follow us on Twitter. _Plum Social is one of our accounts. Follow me on _Jason K. As you see, the post that I've been writing, there you go. There's one of the posts on there. That's the YouTube video that's gone up. As you can see, it should show the video. Yep, there you go. So, and that was all done from the control panel. Great content, easy to use, and I'm sure you guys will absolutely love it. Now, got any questions? As I say, do come back to me. That is everything for today. Do any questions? _Jason K, _Plum Social. Ask me any question. More than happy to help you. And I look forward to seeing you next week at 12 o'clock. Well, as I said, we're going to talk about Twitter and get the most out of your Twitter and how to use it effectively. Thanks for joining us, guys, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you very much.